So in this last video of this particular little project, we're going to render out our animation to make it a self-contained movie. That is, we'll keep our After Effects project, so if we ever want to come back and edit it or update it, then we can modify any of these bits and pieces. But obviously if we want to show other people, we don't necessarily need to have them have After Effects or use After Effects to be able to view it. We might like to upload it to YouTube or something like that. So what we'll do is I'll show you how to render it, and it's very straightforward. Once we've done all our animating and we're happy with everything, and that's why we do RAM preview, so we can check that it's pretty much as we want. We'll go File and then choose Export, and here we've got Add to Render Queue. We could use any of these other options as well for different sort of things. The media encoder is very useful as it is a separate bit of software, so we can just keep adding things to render queues on the media encoder while still using After Effects. Whereas here, if we add to a render queue, then we're pretty much using up After Effects and we can't use it for anything else then. So here we go. As soon as we've done that, we've got this little window here that opens up Render Queue, and it shows us a few bits of information about what we're going to render. It shows us the composition name, so we can say, yeah, that's the one we're going to render. And we've got our render settings, and you can click the little triangles and see what the current settings are. And if you want to alter them, you just click the orange words like that. So we're going to go for a full resolution one. We've got full resolution there, quality, best, and here we've got the composition frame rate of 30, so that will be very much like it appears in the window. That all looks okay, so we'll press OK. Output module. Now this is what format it's going to be output in. Now we've got lots of different formats here. The one I like to use is Quicktime, but it may be that you want to use an FLV, or maybe you're just exporting as an MP3, maybe you're just exporting the sound. You could also, and this is really useful if you're doing special effects and things like that, just for a bit of retouching, or maybe stop motion animation, you might want to remove a few things here and there, so you can actually go into a Photoshop sequence and be able to look at each individual frame as a sequence. So that's really useful. I'm going to do it as a QuickTime. One of the options I don't have here that you'll have on a Windows computer is AVI, which is another useful format to render to. I don't need to resize it. I'm happy with the size and everything like that. In fact, all of these bits and pieces are okay. I'm just going to press OK there. The only other thing I really need to do is tell it where to save the file. So here, output to, I'm going to click not yet specified there, and it will bring up my navigator, and I'm just going to send it to this tutorial movies folder. I'm going to call it winter window, that's fine. Click save, and then we press the big render button. We could at this point add, if we had more compositions, we could add more compositions to our render queue. But once we hit this render button, it starts working through that. So you'll need to have them all queued up before you press the render button. When we do press the render button, you'll see it slowly go, well, maybe slowly, maybe fast, going along through the animation. Now it's only 14.5 seconds long, so hopefully it shouldn't take too long. You can see we've got how much time has elapsed and how much time it thinks is remaining. So we've got 7 minutes there. It's about enough time to make a cup of tea. So once you've had a cup of tea, rendering should be finished. It took a lot quicker than it said it would, which is nice. And what you end up with is a file that is self-contained. So in this case it will be a QuickTime movie. I'll just open this up and hopefully we should see. There we go, footage for tutorials, tutorial movies, and there we go. And we can see that it's a reasonable size and whatnot, and we can double click that to view our movie on its own without After Effects. And you can put this on a disc and give it to other people. You could upload it to YouTube if you wanted to, and whatever, onto a website, and yeah, do whatever you like with it, really.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
So there you have it, a completed project. You can save that. File, save,